This video is brought to you by the 3-Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Dice Theme Park in about 3 minutes. Review copy used. It has a solo mode. It's a game for 1 to 4 players, playing time is long, and it's a pretty complex game. You are the proprietor of a theme park in intense competition with your rivals. Can you build the best attractions and guide your guests around your park most efficiently to win? The game ends after 5 full rounds of play. The winner is the player with the most points, and you mostly get these by activating rides with the star symbol on them. Drafting. You will draft dice, tiles, and power-up cards. Tile placement. Your theme park is made up of tiles. Dice manipulation. Dice represent park visitors and are moved through the park. Player turn. Each player gets a starting board, 1 ride tile, an administrator with a special power, 1 mascot, 9 upgrade tiles, and 3 map tiles. The game is played in 6 phases, the first of which has you select 2 of your 6 available action cards. These each grant you a bonus in a later round. Each player reveals their 2 cards, and the initiative order for the round is based on whose cards have the lowest combined dice values. Each card also grants you income. You get additional income from some rides. First, draft one of these sets of 3 dice and place it by your board. Next in turn order, you may draft one of the ride tiles, paying its cost. Place the ride in your park. You may also buy a mascot for 5 coins. Choose one of the power cards for the mascot and place it in your park. That mascot can use that unique power later. Tiles have sets on them. If you ever get 2, 3, or 4 of a matching set, you immediately get a one-off power. You can then buy a map token for 5 coins and upgrade your park twice. The upgrade cost is shown on the ride, and the upgrades improve a ride's star value, how many times you can use it, and how much money it makes. The meat of the game is in the park. Place your dice you got this turn at your park entrance and ready your maps and mascots. Each tile has a requirement below it to activate. The park entrance is 1 of any die. Reduce that die's value by 1 and place an activation cube down. Then move that dice 1 space. We activate that die again at the duck pond, repeating the process of reducing and moving the die and activating the ride. As both those spaces have 2 activation spots, we repeat the process with the second blue die. We are now at the Explorer's Trail, which needs 2 dice, 1 odd and 1 even to activate. We reduce both dice, but move 1. We can then flip a map token to move it back, and a mascot to boost the dice values, and repeat the action again. Using maps, mascots, and chaining activations is key. Score victory points for each activation on every tile. Then score the round's objective and flick it over. Then, if any die is a 1 at the end of your turn, remove it from the park. Finally, pass your 2 used cards to the left and receive new player cards from the right. Why would you like this game? The first thing to note is despite its cute cover art, this game is a pretty chunky heavy euro. Dice placement, set collection, emergent powers, drafting, card management, variable player powers, tile placement, and objectives, this game has a kitchen sink approach to game mechanics. Now all those moving parts either make the game hugely appealing to you or will totally overload you. There is fun getting to grips with all the powers and how you can use them best, and if you are someone who is intrigued by a game with this many moving parts, this one could be for you. The solo mode is also well done and has a lot of its own material. The best thing about this game is the mechanic of passing action cards. It can lead to some really interesting decisions. However, most of the action takes place on your own board moving dice around, so while there is drafting, the core of the game is staring at your own board and trying to maximize it. And I don't like how the objectives can be contradictory. It irks me. For a similar feeling game, try Merchant's Cove. And for a lighter dice game by the same publisher, try Dice Hospital. Dice Theme Park. What? No auctions? And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.